Why did the IBC, really cutting it close to the general election, come with this particular announcement, and we don't have any, rhyme or reason on why we should have a one fell swoop announcement on the material day?
Yeah, thank you, Debal. I think speaking from a perspective of the decision of the Court of Appeal in terms of resource management for the general election, the court was very clear in its decision in terms of the announcement and declaration of results, especially for presidential results.
How was he to know that very soon he was going to be this flower whose bud had been plucked, being denied a chance to enjoy the morning bloom? On September 2016, Christopher Chege Msando was appointed as the ICT manager at the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC. He was the man in charge of all the data, including the Electronic Data Register and Kenya Integrated Management System, KIEMS kit, which had biometrics of over 19 million Kenyan voters, to which the results of 4,000 polling stations were to be transmitted. Chris was reporting to the man in charge of ICT, James Muhati. In May 2017, James Muhati, the then ICT director, was sent on a 30-day compulsory leave following a report by the audit signed by the commission board on allegations of failing to cooperate with auditors who had been commissioned to audit their ICT communication systems. This led Chris to being appointed as the IEBC acting director of ICT. By this time, Msando's role had become more pronounced. He was on every media outlet assuring people on election readiness that was to be deployed on 8th August 2017.
Put in place the technical capacity of officers trained to be able to troubleshoot some of these devices in case of failure. Because you see, a failure can sometimes just be resolved by some technical knowledge, and that we have put in place. We are deploying 580 ICT assistants.
That fateful Friday night, the 42-year-old Chris, and a father of 5, left his office at Anniversary Towers before entering a restaurant on the ground floor of the same building. He then walked across to a nearby club where he was joined by 2 people, among them Carol Ngumbu, a 21-year-old lady, medical student, and another. 10 minutes later, the man left, leaving the ICT manager with Carol, who then left the club. 4 minutes later, the man left. After a few minutes, his vehicle is seen leaving the city center with a lady wearing a red top and a description that fitted Carol. It then drove through Kenyatta Avenue onto Uhuru Highway before it took a left turn at the Bunyala Road roundabout. 10 minutes later, the same vehicle is captured making its way back to the city center, but this time only with one person on board, a man. The lady on the red top is missing. The person pulled down the sunshade, raising suspicion whether it was really Msando driving the car. Considering it was the middle of the night, why would this driver pull down the sunshade if indeed it was Msando driving his own car? What was he and who was he hiding from the night he went missing? This contradiction made the police believe the man in position was in fact not the IBC official himself. Further, police report indicate that Msando's motor vehicle was seen exiting the Central Business District a few minutes before 2 a.m. The car had 3 occupants on board, among them a plump woman who had a yellow attire. The woman sat on the front seat next to Msando, as the others were on the back seat. At Mlolongo area, 20 minutes drive from the city center. His vehicle is then captured at a Bellevue where Msando is seen speaking to his phone with a lady occupant standing next to him. In another 13 minutes, Msando's car is captured making its way back to Juja Road, driving towards Thika Road, marking the last time the SUV was captured by cameras. The vehicle is then discovered near Thika Road Mall on Sunday morning. A night guard in the vicinity of where the Land Rover Discovery was parked told of a slender, tall and light-tanned driver who left the car and walked away.
Ndani ya katikati ya hizo gari nikaona mwangaza juu hizo magari ilikuwa nafunika mimi. Kutoka kidogo juu nilikuwa nataka ona ni nini inasimamishwa na mwenyewe akarudi. Hakuona mimi. Na mimi naona yeye.
His widow Eva Msando recounts her last conversation with her husband.
About 10:30, I tried to call him. And he sent a message back and said he was in a meeting. But 15-20 minutes later, he called. And he was in a meeting, I believe, at his office, and told me he was downstairs at the restaurant having a drink, and then he would go home. And we talked. He told me he was to attend a burial of a colleague who had lost the father. But he wasn't sure if he would attend it or not. And we agreed on the usual responsibilities. We'd say, since I'm not around, take care of the kids, buy breakfast and things like that, of which he agreed. And we told each other good night, and we left it at that.
She reminded him in another message shortly afterwards not to ring the doorbell, but rather call the nanny when he gets home. But the response she got was startling owing to the uncommon language, which she now suspects may have been typed by someone else. Chris did not show up that night. The wife became a worried person, and she decided to call IEBC officials, informing them that her husband did not come home that night. After then, Eve resorted to the police, informing them of the missing Msando. Msando's body was dumped at the Muguga forest, 500 meters away from where Carol's body was found too. IEBC officials streamed to the city mortuary to view the remains of their departed colleague.
We are a few days from elections, and we know it's the government's duty to provide security for all Kenyans. So at this time, I urge the government to reinforce the security for all IEBC employees for us to be able to conduct free and fair elections.
We must take into effect the emotiveness of these elections, and I think the government should make sure that the security of the commissioners is at par, so that we are not intimidated in any way to provide the free and fair elections that Kenyans demand. And I also feel that as a commission, we have to send our condolences to the family of Dr. Chris Msando, and we get to the root of the matter and make sure that justice must be provided for the family.
The death of Msando had been a painful event for the mother.
Mwenye aliwa Chris, kama mimi napata mimi nakata na meno yangu, kweli kabisa, nakata na meno yangu. Chris ndio mtoto yangu ya miso, shogo yangu. Shogo ndio nangojanga mama yake. Shogo ndio bwana ya mama yake. Chris ndio bwana yangu. Chris ndio mtoto yangu.
Marking the first anniversary now, Chris Msando's family are still awaiting for the arms of justice to prevail.
Want to get justice. It may take 1 year, it may take 2, 10 or more. But what I know, ultimately, Jehovah has the final say.